this big gigantic couch, and every subscriber is sitting on it, and we're just like watching TV together and hanging out. And I want that to feel this way. Hey, little buddy. Is that dramatic enough for you? All right. Feeling pretty good today. Got my hat. I took the rings off because, cat hat, it's just chaos. Chaos for everybody. Because you are distracted by the rings, and I'm distracted by the rings. We got to keep the rings off. But here's the beauty of this. Because Couch Crew has been so generous and kind, I have 2 of these hats. One with the 2 rings, one with a tres. And the other one with the 3 rings has still got the rings on it, and it's right down there, which means if a breakdance battle should pop off, even through Twitter, with other reactors, we ready to go. But that's not what today is about. I am digging in. Let me give you some screen action here. Actually, I don't know if you need the screen on this one. I'll just give you what I got. This was another request. Magic Shop. Now, I've heard this song. I've heard it one time, I think. And I wanted to say I was getting it confused with 0 o'clock, or maybe there's some kind of... No, that can't be right. Maybe they were just requested a lot in the same time frame. But anyway, point being, Magic Shop has been one of those songs that people talk about. Like, it's been really requested a lot. It has a huge meaning for a lot of people. I don't know what the context is, but we're going to dig into it today. As I have said recently, I'm getting back to the music. This is what I love the most. Now, granted, I leave for Greece in like 2 weeks. I have got to get through Rookie King before I go to Greece, because when I'm in Greece, the whole comeback for Proof happens, and I'm going to be overseas for it. So that means when I come back from Greece, we got to binge through the comeback stuff. I got to know what's going on. And I'm already behind because I want to see the MBTI Lab #2. There's other stuff going on, and I'm like trying to juggle it all. So got to get through Rookie King. And then we can go back to the Rise series, which is fantastic. But all that to say, I love having my Friday run show. I think a lot of you dig that. I dig that. That's Soju Roscoe time. But doing a full show on Monday and then a full show on Friday really doesn't leave me a lot of time otherwise to do music, at least music in the amount that I want to do it. So after the comeback stuff, I may reduce the amount of shows that I'm doing. And I don't mean videos. Like, I want to do a lot more music, like this stuff. But doing a whole show on Monday and Friday, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I know, you know what? You don't even have to say it. I know what you're going to say. So it's all good. I know you're going to be there. You ain't going anywhere. You say that with love, and I appreciate it. I feel the love. So where were we? We were a rambling, because that's what we do. So first things first, the usual formula. Magic Shop. I'm going to play it, get the vibe, get into the lyrics, listen to it again, drink some more coffee. Yes, this is actual coffee in the mic drop cup. Without spilling it all over everything I own. Mic drop. shall we? Going to adjust some sounds here. All right, here we go. Magic Shop. 망설인다는 걸 알아. 진심을 말해줘. 결국 다 흉터들로 돌아오니까. 힘내란 뻔한 말은 하지 않을 거야. 난 내게 들려줄게. 내가 뭐랬어? 이길 거랬잖아. 믿지 못했어. 이길 수 있을까? 이 기적 아닌 기적을 우리가 만든 걸까? 난 여기 있었고 네가 내게 다가와준 거야. I do believe your galaxy. 듣고 싶은 너의 멜로디. 널 은할 수의 별들은 너의 하늘이 과연 어떻게 수놓지? 날 절망 끝에 결국 내가 널 찾았음을 잊지 마. 넌 철벽 끝에 서있던 내 마지막 이유야. Live.
내가 남기 싫은 날 영영 사라지고 싶은 날 문을 하나 만들자. 너의 맘속에 다 그 문을 열고 들어가면 이곳이 기다릴 거야. 믿어도 괜찮아. 널 위로해줄 magic shop. 따뜻한 천장을 마시며 저음의 술을 얼른 다 보며 넌 괜찮을 거야. 여기 magic shop. So show me, I show you. So show me, I show you. So show me, I show you. Show you.
병든 장미꽃처럼 흩날리던 벚꽃처럼 줄된 나팔꽃처럼 아름다운 그 순간처럼
에이, 항상 최고가 되고 싶어. 에이, 에이, 그래서 조금 패권을 쳐줘 있어. 에이, 에이, 남들과 비교 일상이 돼버리고 목이었던 내 욕심은 대단한 억제 고통 목줄이 됐어. 에이, 에이, 그런데 말이야 돌이켜보니 사실은 말이야 나 최고가 되고 싶었던 것이 아닌 것만 같아.
위로와 감동이 되고 싶었었던 나 그대의 슬픔 아픔 걷어가고 싶어 나
내가 남기 싫은 날 영영 사라지고 싶은 날 문을 하나 만들자. 너의 맘속에 다 그 문을 열고 들어가면 이곳이 기다릴 거야. 믿어도 괜찮아. 널 위로해줄 magic shop. 따뜻한 천장을 마시며 저음의 술을 얼른 다 보며 넌 괜찮을 거야. 여기 magic shop. So show me, I show you. So show me, I show you. So show me, I show you. Show you, show you. 나도 모든 게 다 두려웠다면 믿어줄래. 모든 진심들이 남은 시간들이 너의 모든 답은 네가 찾아낸 이곳에 너의 은하수에 너의 마음속에 You gave me the best of me, so you can give the best of you. 날 찾아냈잖아. 날 알아줬잖아. You gave me the best of me, so you can give the best of you. 넌 찾아낼 거야. 내 안에 있는 galaxy. So show me, I show you. So show me, I show you. So show me, I show you. Show you, show you.
Okay. Just a second here. a couple things that really stuck out to me there. First of all, and I always go out on a limb here because sometimes I can pick their voices, sometimes I can't. And honestly, when I miss it, I feel like Bad Army. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of ashamed of myself. But how else are we going to grow, right? So, I think it was around 2:30.
사라지고 싶은 날 문을 하나 만들자 너의 맘속에 다그 문을 열고 들어가면 이곳이 기다릴 거야 믿어도 괜찮아 널 위로해줄 magic shot 따뜻한 찬자를 마시며
Nope.
기다릴 거야 날리던 벚꽃처럼 절대 나팔꽃처럼 아름다운 그 순간처럼
에이, 항상 최고가 되고 싶어 에이, 에이, 그래서 조급해 곤을 쳐줘 있어 에이, 에이, 남들과 비교 일상이 돼버리고 목이었던 내 욕심은 대단한 억제고도 목줄이 됐어 에이, 에이, 그런데 말이야 돌이켜보니 사실은 말이야 나
See, at first I was thinking that was J-Hope. But then as the verse carried on, it sounded more like Suga. So I can't tell who it is. Like, I feel like, hold on.
최고가 되고 싶었던 것이 아닌 것만 같아
See, on the low, the register of the voice, to me, it sounds like Suga. But the cadence feels more like J-Hope. So I'm really kind of stuck here.
위로와 감동이 되고 싶었었던 나 그대의 슬픔 아픔 걷어가고 싶은 나
내가 난게 싫은 날
I want to hear it again.
버리고 목이었던 내 욕심은 대단한 그래서 조급
아운 그 순간처럼
I love the separation between the vocal line and the rap line. I feel like it's always perfectly done. And I say that because the vocal line, like in this song, for example, this isn't exclusive to every song. You get the point. The vocal line does this great job of building the feeling of the song. They get you invested in the music. And then it's like you start to peak emotionally a little bit. And then when the rap line comes in, it's almost like, because the rap line, like octave, their vocal register is lower. It almost gives like a calming, like a bass. Does that make sense? This is really theoretical, but I'm trying to articulate what I think is happening here artistically that I'm feeling. Just confused myself. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. You know what a bass drop is, right? You can have all this music, and there's a big build-up, and then when the bass hits, that bass, especially like if you're in a car that has like bass, it goes through you. You feel it. Bass is like physical. The vocal line feels like the energy of the song, but they kind of lift you up and you're kind of floating around with the vocal line. And then when the rap line comes in, it adds this level of bass that's like a foundation, like a you're like, what? Listen. Vocal line. Okay, we're coming down. We're like leaves, feathers. Wait.
에이, 항상 최고가 되고 싶어 에이, 에이, 그래서 조급해 곤을 쳐줘 있어 에이, 에이, 남들과 비교 일상이 돼버리고 목이었던 내 욕심은 대단한 억제고도 목줄이 됐어 에이, 에이, 그런데 말이야 돌이켜보니
It's like going from a song, like you're listening to a song, and then somebody's giving you advice. That's what it feels like to me. This is so crazy. Like how I'm getting this out of that. I don't even know what the lyrics are. I'm literally just interpreting the music. That's what I feel like. As soon as he starts, and I gotta know, because I'm just gonna say he. I gotta know.
패권을 쳐줘 있어. 에이, 남들과 비교 일상이 돼버리고 목이었던 내 욕심은
I think it's Sugar.
나 억제고도 목줄이 됐어.
Yeah.
그런데 말이야 돌이켜보니 사실은 말이야 나 최고가 되고 싶었던 것이 아닌 것만 같아.
위로와 감동이 되고 싶었었던 나 그대의 슬픔 아픔 걷어가고 싶은 나
내가 날기 싫은 날 영영 사라지고 싶
Oh man, this is so good. I'm feeling so much with this song, and I don't even know what it's about yet. I've always worried when I do this that I'm really way off the mark. Now, I think part of that is my own insecurities, because I don't want to look like a bozo in the video, but part of that, truth be told, is the very beginning of this when I didn't really know what was going on, and I was kind of looking for feedback and constructive criticism in the comments to know if what I was doing was right, because I'm not a reactor. I don't know what I'm doing. You dragged me into this, you animals. And here we are. But back then it was like I'm interpreting, right? I'm trying to find the symbolism of what I think is happening. And so many people were like, no, it's this. And I'm like, oh, I guess I was wrong. And then like I've offended half of Army because I was wrong in my interpretation. That's the way it felt anyway. I'll give it that. Anyway, I've always worried that I've been off the mark, but I've done enough of these now that I've finally found a peace in knowing that when I interpret this, I'm not telling you, I mean, it might seem that way. I'm not telling you what, like, the way things are, that they did it for this reason. No, I'm telling you what I think. And if I had done it, that's probably why I would have done it, or why I would have done it a different way. This is all we're doing, right? We're just hanging out, listening to some tunes. The vocal line here feels like my emotions. The rap line feels like my head, my brain. The logic, things are kind of together, right? Kind of compartmentalized. And then the vocal line is my emotions. That's what it feels like. Man, I can't wait to read the lyrics and see how either on or off I am. It's all around this like little verse here. Coming down. Now right here, this is the weirdest thing. I'm getting like this vision, right? Like I'm sitting in the middle of a, I don't know, like a softball field or something, all by myself. It's quiet. And I'm kind of going through something in my head. And then this point right here, when the rap line comes in, I'm starting to like get away from my emotions and think about the issue at hand and trying to process through it logically without my emotions.
그런데 말이야 돌이켜보니 사실은 말이야 나 최고가 되고 싶었던 것이 아닌 것만 같아.
위로와 감동이 되고 싶었었던 나 그대의 슬픔 아픔 걷어가고 싶은 나
내가 날기 싫은 날 영영 사라
And then right back to the emotions. I know not everybody is like this, but for me, I'm way more emotion than I am logic. Now, I'm not completely illogical, but I think that generally speaking, my default mode is emotional. And then I have to kind of force myself to tick back over into logic to make a reasonable decision about something. Okay, so I've heard enough of the song over and over again. Already 20 minutes. I haven't even touched the lyrics. Okay, so here we go. This is a song. Let me give you a little more space here. See that? Good. This is a song dedicated to the fans of BTS, ARMY. The second official fan song after 2-3. Don't know what that is. It is known that the theme of Magic Shop is inspired by a book, Into the Magic Shop by James R. Doty. The first teaser of Fake Love explains Magic Shop as a psychodramatic technique that exchanges fear for a positive attitude. Interesting. Roscoe is intrigued. Okay, lyrics. You ready for this? I know that you're hesitating because even if you speak your true heart, it all comes back as scars. I won't say obvious things like cheer up, but I'll rather share with you my story. What did I say? I told you that we'd win. I couldn't believe, really, that we'd be able to win. This miracle that isn't a miracle. Did we make it? No, I was here. And you're the one, came to me. I do believe your galaxy. I want to listen to your melody. How the stars of your galaxy will embroider your sky. At the end of my despair, I found you at last. Don't forget, you're the last reason for me who is standing on the edge of cliff. Live. On a day you hate being yourself, on a day you want to disappear forever, let's build a door in your mind. That's good. Once you open the door and enter, this place will wait for you. It's okay to believe Magic Shop that will comfort you. Drinking a cup of hot tea, looking up to the galaxy, you'll be all right. Oh, here it is, Magic Shop. So show me, I'll show you. Like roses when blooming, like cherry blossoms when fluttering, like morning glories when fading, like that beautiful moment. I always wanted to become the best, so I was impatient and anxious. To compare myself against others became my daily life. And my greed, which used to be my weapon, became a leash that chokes me. But then, looking back, actually, I feel like it's not that I wanted to become the best. I wanted to comfort and move your heart. I want to take away your sorrow and pain. On a day you hate being yourself, on a day you want to disappear forever, let's build a door in your mind. Once you open the door and enter, this place will wait for you. It's okay to believe. Magic Shop that will comfort you. Drinking a hot cup of tea, looking up to the galaxy. You'll be all right. Oh, here it is. Magic Shop. Would you believe if I told you that I too was afraid of everything? All the true hearts and all the remaining time, all your answers are in this place where you found, in your galaxy, in your mind. You gave me the best of me. So you'll give you the best of you. You found me. You recognized me. You gave me the best of me. So you'll give you the best of you. You'll find the galaxy inside you. So show me, I'll show you. Wow. There were a lot of notes in here, and I wanted to read every one of them, but I really wanted to stay with the flow of the song. All right, so just a couple tidbits here. I told you that we'd win. And there's a tweet from RM. Oh, Translate. Me and you all win in the end. A bird that no one knows very naturally. Oh, this must be one of those little clues that he was giving out at some point or something. RM's, so that we'd be able to win. RM's talk during Wings tour, the final. Even if we could not believe that we'd be able to do this, that we'd succeed. This miracle that isn't a miracle. Another way to interpret this line is to read, which means selfish. Then the translation becomes the miracle that isn't selfish, or the miracle that is made possible because we weren't selfish. Good point. Another tweet reference. How the stars of your galaxy. RM used galaxy quite a lot in the past, in concerts, in his fan cafe posts, on Twitter. In the third muster, he called the sea of army bombs a galaxy and said, even if this universe and this galaxy expand and grow larger, please don't think that the distance between our hearts grows farther. Your eyes shine brighter than army bombs. We are truly one in this galaxy. And he used galaxy in his mixtape track, I Believe. I want to hit on that point real quick for me. When I first started doing this, 4 months ago. 4 months ago tomorrow, I think. Anyway, when I first started doing this, and I had, I hit 1,000 subscribers really quick, and then I hit 10,000 in 5 weeks. And in the very beginning, when it was just 1,000 or even less, when I was doing Beat Saber, I was responding to every single comment. I was having conversations with people all the time. It was nonstop back and forth. And I remember when the numbers started to climb, several of you, lots of you, showed some kind of concern of like, oh, he's getting pretty big pretty quick. Like, we're going to lose Roscoe. Like, I'm going to be different or, harder to reach or whatever. Well, here we are at almost 11,000 people. And I would like to think that now we're closer than ever. So this point from RM saying, even if this universe and this galaxy expand and grow larger, please don't think that the distance between our hearts grows farther. I would like to think the same thing. And I mean, that might be an idealistic way to put it, but I think that that's possible. Yeah. So as the couch gets bigger and we weed out the turd biscuits, we keep the quality people, you're going to keep this going the same way. You're still going to recognize names. I'm still going to recognize names. You're going to know each other. And even if you're not on the Discord, I know I've been plugging the Discord a lot. You don't need to be on the Discord to be part of this. I still to this day, I read every single comment. Now, granted, in the very beginning, when there were hundreds of comments every single day, I did the absolute best that I could to respond and read as many as I could. But even through that, I learned a lot of you. Now we have this little family. I love it and I hug it. What movie is that from? Back to the point, bozo. On a day you hate being yourself, on a day you want to disappear forever. Direct translation will be, on a day I hate being myself, on a day I want to disappear forever. But my interpretation, this is from the author of this, I guess, is that BTS is speaking this line in the perspective of ARMY. This makes sense given the context that this song is an invitation for ARMY to Magic Shop, where they can comfort their soul and love themselves. See, that's strange. Okay, I need some help processing this right now because I now have this thought and I need you to help me fix it if it's wrong. If it's not, help me either way. So The red lines here are the lyrics of the song as they're translated. Right here it says, on a day you hate being yourself, on a day you want to disappear forever. Got it. That's the line. But then in the note, it says, direct translation will be, on a day I hate being myself, on a day I want to disappear forever, as if that's what RM is actually saying. But then it continues with, from the author of translation, I guess, from the translator, but my interpretation is that BTS is speaking this line in the perspective of ARMY. This makes sense given the context that this song is an invitation for ARMY to Magic Shop where they can comfort their soul and love themselves. So it sounds like to me, given this, that the actual line is, on a day I hate being myself, on a day I want to disappear forever. But the translator switched the two because they felt like theirs was more correct given what they think the interpretation is. Does that make sense? Help me out here, because I'm not sure what to make of this. And I do think it's important. Some of you are like, no, either way it works. No, it doesn't work. I mean, it works, but there's a wrench here in my brain. You need to take that wrench and fix it. I want to know what's going on here. That might be a question for Krista. Krista's one of the ARMY translators. She's done huge help for me here and there trying to figure things out. So I got to remember to do that. Krista, Magic Shop, on a day. Don't forget that. Oh, let's build a door in your mind. I absolutely love this. Once you open the door and enter. See, that's the thing. On a day like that, you hate being yourself. You want to disappear forever. Let's build a door in your mind. Drinking a hot cup of tea. Or a cup of hot tea. Awkward. And you wonder why Junie's not back there. I've been saying the J word a lot lately. Jen. Like morning glories when fading, the above three lines can be found in J-Hope's HYYH. I keep seeing this. What is this? I gotta know. And I knew this. I've looked it up multiple times. I just can't remember. Youth Trilogy? The most beautiful moment in life trilogy. Ah, I see now. Okay, got it. Yep. The second era of their career. Okay, got it. And my greed, which used to be my weapon, became a leash that chokes me. Reference. Lyrics from The Last by August D. The Last was mentioned yesterday. The greed that used to be my weapon now swallows me, ruins me, and puts a leash around my neck. That does sound like Yoongi. In your galaxy, in your mind. During a V Live, RM said, I'm kind of slow in writing music these days. I'm working on it, though. It was going pretty smoothly for a while, but then currently I'm going through a stagnant phase. So I'm listening to various things to learn what's good and also reading your letters. Well, but the answer will be inside me after all, right? Your answer is also inside you. You can find it. Man, that dude can turn anything into a poem. A poem that moves me. Man, I love this song. I love this song. I mean, okay, so at the very core of this, if I could simplify it as much as possible, based on the lyrics, Magic Shop sounds like your happy place, your escape. Now, there's a lot of relational things happening within the lyrics. Yeah. And I don't know if it's necessarily referring to the music itself, like their music. I don't feel like a song this deep would have the simple solution of our music as BTS is your magic shop. I don't think that that's it. I think this feels more like we have this entire galaxy inside of us. We're not just limited to this physical space, the things that are happening to me right now in this moment, the things that are making me upset, and I can't think outside the box. But really, in our mind, you open that door, you can completely go to a different place. It's hard sometimes, but you can do it. Some of you have been through or even survived some incredibly, incredibly difficult things. And in my military career, I can tell you stories of prisoners that are so horrendous, they don't sound real. It's terrible. But they survived. They made it. I mean, things that are beyond the realm of human comprehension. And they talk about kind of something I talked about recently when I did Love Myself, the global campaign video. When I watched that, I was talking about the peace versus the chaos, right? You have to appreciate the peace when you're there and not just be constantly anticipating the chaos. You have to be here when it's here. Be here now. Boop, boop. But these survivors would talk about something similar, Anyway, they made it through. They made it through seemingly impossible odds. And what many of them allude to is very similar to what is being talked about here, this galaxy that's inside of us. You go through that door, and that can be your reality when you need it to be. Let's build a door in your mind. Once you open the door and enter, this place will wait for you, like it will always be there. Magic Shop will comfort you. So show me, I'll show you. Now, the relational stuff, the other piece of this, which I'm having trouble kind of relating, and I probably won't solve it, but I'm curious. Would you believe it if I told you that I too was afraid of everything? All the true hearts, all the remaining time, all your answers are in this place where you found in your galaxy, in your mind. So all of that kind of works. You gave me the best of me, so you'll give you the best. I mean, is he literally talking to Army? In this way, I can almost feel this parallel when, somebody gets up for an acceptance speech and they say something to the effect of, I never thought this would be real. This was my dream come true. If I can make it, you can make it. That's kind of what this feels like. Lyrically, they're saying, where is it? I told you that we'd win. I couldn't believe that we'd be able to win. Did we make it? You're the one came to me. Man, this is really, really deep. Yeah, I don't know. I know you do, and you'll help me out in the comments as far as what is more of this context. But let's hear it again, shall we? Wait.
망설인다는 걸 알아 진심을 말해줘 결국 다 흉터절로 돌아오니
That sounds like Tay. Is that Tay?
힘을 내란 뻔한 말은 하지 않을 거야 난 내게 들려줄게
JK?
내가 뭐랬어 이길 거랬잖아
Oh,
믿지 못했어
Sugar.
이길 수 있을까 이 기적 아닌 기적을 우리가 만든 걸까 난 여기 있었고 네가 내게 다가와 준 거야 I do believe your galaxy 듣고 싶은 너의 멜로디 널
RM.
은하수의 별들은 너의 하늘이 과연 어떻게 수놓지 난 절망 끝에 결국 내가 널 찾았음을 잊지 마넌 절벽 끝에 서있던 내 마지막 이유야 Live
Oh, that harmonizing while rapping gets me every single time. First time I heard it, Tiny Desk concert, and I was like, right through me. Oh, and every time, oh God, I love it.
끝난 게 싫은 날
Jin.
영영 사라지고 싶은 날 문을 하나 만들자 너의 맘속에 닿아 그 문을 열고 들어가면
Jimin.
이곳이 기다릴 거야 믿어도 괜찮아 널 위로해줄 magic shot
Oh,
따뜻한 천장을 마시며 처음의 술을 얼른 펴보며 넌 괜찮을 거야 여기 magic shot So show me I show you So show me I show you So show me I show you
the so show me and I'll show you. If we're talking about BTS and ARMY, right, together, and this is a song kind of to ARMY or for ARMY or however that is, it almost feels like this part would make sense where a BTS member is saying, so show me, and then you have a group of people saying, I'll show you, like that's ARMY.
So show me I show you So show me I show you
병든 장미꽃처럼
Oh,
흩날리던 벚꽃처럼 질땐 나팔꽃처럼 아름다운 그 순간처럼
that kind of sounds like Hobie. Maybe.
에이, 항상 최고가 되고 싶어 에이, 에이, 그래서 조급해 오늘 쳐져 있어 에이, 에이, 남들과 비교 일상이 돼버리고
That sounds like Hobie.
어떤 내 욕심은 대단한 억제고 또 목줄이 됐어 에이, 에이, 그런데 말이야 돌이켜보니 사실은 말이야 나 최고가 되고 싶었던 것이 아닌 것만 같아
That tone of his voice, this went through me the first time. His tone, like his voice, hugged me. You got that? Hugged me. I'll show you the guns. I don't care. Hobie's voice just hugged me.
위로와 감동이 되고
Oh.
싶었던 나 그대의 슬픔 아픔 걷어가고 싶은 나
내가 날기 싫은 날 영영 사라지고 싶은 날 문을 하나 만들자 너의 맘속에 닿아 그 문을 열고 들어가면 이곳이 기다릴 거야 믿어도
There's Jin again.
널 위로해줄 magic shot 따뜻한 찬잔을 마시며 저음의 술을 올린다 보며 괜찮을 거야 여기 magic shot So show me I show you So show me I show you So show me I show you Show you Show you 내 모든 게 다 두려웠다면 믿어줄래 모든 진심들이
All right, I'm getting deeper one more time. So earlier I talked about, for me, I get this vibe of the emotion, like the logic versus the emotion. And that's kind of the undulation that happens for me when I'm processing something, when I feel like I'm going through some kind of struggle, right? And if you think about that, if you can relate to that, then this might make sense to you. So through the song so far, we've had vocal line, rap line, vocal line, rap line. So just like I was talking about, sitting in the field, going through my stuff, I go through the emotions, I go through the logic. I go through the emotions, I go through the logic, right? Ebbs and flows. But check this out when we hit the bridge. So we just went through emotions, logic, and now right here when the bridge comes up, this is like that moment where you're trying to take all of it, emotions and logic, put it together into some sensical fashion so that you can make a decision on what to do next. This is what this feels like. And where do we do all this? In the magic shop. In the magic shop. I love this. Oh, I love it so much. And here's the beauty of this. If everything that I've said, every single detail is wrong, it doesn't matter. This is a piece of art that I can sit here and like feel it. And what I get out of it, that's the beauty of it, right? Like it affects me differently than it affects you. That's amazing how that works. I really love this. And again, I struggle with this because I could be way off, and I feel so confident about, well, this is what I think it is, and this is what it means to me, is how I'm interpreting it. For me, this really hits home because if it's anything close to what I think it is, which is, magic shop, we have this ability to kind of close out our environment and be internal, at least long enough to kind of process through something or shut out the noise and figure things out here in our happy place, if you will. That really speaks to me because, I'm a really nostalgic guy. I've been through enough tough times in my life, and most of us have. I'm not saying anything crazy. We've been through enough times in our lives where you kind of had to retreat to that happy place to get through what was going on. I know that very well. I spent years living in that happy place up here because there was no other way around it. If I'd been completely focused on what was happening to me in real life, struggle bus all day. But I found ways to kind of retreat into my happy place, which for me was back when I was growing up as a kid. So that's what this song meant to me. That's probably how I should frame these out. Wow. This was really, and I feel like I haven't said this in a while, this was a bit of an experience for me. This really meant a lot. So, for those of you that have not commented yet, and you will, some of you, when you do, whether you think I'm right or wrong, you can share whatever you want, that's fine. But I'll be curious to know if this is one of your jams. What does it mean to you? Do you visualize something else? Does it mean something completely different than anything that I've said? This isn't really up for debate per se. I'm just curious, how does it hit you? Magic Shop. Thanks for sitting with me, chatting with me. You know me, I'm Roscoe. And I am your BTS buddy, whether you like it or not. And here's what I'm going to say to some of you. If you're one of the lurkers that's sitting on the couch, but you haven't said anything, it's time to say hello. We've been doing this for 4 months now. And I recognize a lot of names, even with just the occasional purple heart. No comment, purple heart. Every video. Whitney, talking to you. Say something. Say hello. If you're still here and you're watching these videos and they mean something to you, if this music means something to you, and if you can't stand me but you want to listen to music with me, I'm okay with that. It's all good. But say hello. There's so many more of you that I don't know that are just eavesdropping on the couch. And a couple of you, I've seen the dirty socks. We're going to fix that real soon. I'm Roscoe, your BTS buddy. Look out for each other. We still have a long journey ahead of us.